So today I wanted to talk about something that I don't generally talk about on my channel anymore. A long time ago my channel was all body mod stuff. So I did want to talk about my experience with my microdermal piercings. So if you guys didn't know, I have two microdermal anchors in the back of my neck. And I have had those for almost a year now. I got them in March of last year, 2013. So I just wanted to talk kind of about how they were as far as getting them, the healing process, and little issues that I've experienced rather, just since getting them. So first of all, when I went in to get these done, I actually had planned on filming the process for you guys, but unfortunately there was a no video policy at the shop that I went to, so I wasn't able to film it. These were done with a needle rather than with a dermal punch. Most of the videos that I looked up on YouTube before I got them to kind of psych myself out, those were done with a dermal punch, which is kind of like a punch, I guess, like a circular blade, and it just they kind of stick it in and it takes out a little section of the skin, and then you can stick the dermal right in there. So mine were done with a needle, and how that's done is basically, there's a little I don't know how to explain it. You get your skin, they take the needle and kind of scoop it out a little bit this way, and then scoop it out a little bit this way, and make room for the foot of the dermal anchor to go into. I'll put a picture over on the side here of what a dermal anchor looks like. So what you're looking at is the foot area that goes below the skin, and then there is a post, and then a gem, which, the post comes up above the skin, and then the gem sits on top. So the feet have little holes in them, so the skin will grow through those holes and be anchored into your body. So it was done with the needle, which I was not expecting, but the girl that did them did a really, really good job. The first one went in no problem. I feel like there's not a lot of sensation on the back of your neck, so these weren't super painful, but I don't like rating pain as far as tattoos and things like that go, because everyone's pain tolerance is different, and I'm not going to be the person that comes on here and just spends 5 minutes talking about their high pain tolerance. That bothers me. The first one went in just fine. The second one, she did have to really try with the anchor, and then there wasn't enough room, so she had to go back in with the needle. So that kind of sucked a little bit, but they really weren't that bad at all. Healing wise, I was told to keep band-aids on them pretty consistently for a while, 2 or 3 days, and then after that to only sleep with band-aids on, because they were on the back of my neck and they didn't want me to get them snagged on the pillow. And then to wash with, do sea salt soaks, which is really hard to do on the back of your neck without making a mess, but I managed. And then I also purchased, because I got a buy one get one free deal, but only if you purchase the aftercare kit, so it was still a good deal, but I had to purchase this glycerin soap for washing them off in the shower. So I would just very gently in the shower go through and kind of go around them with the glycerin soap, and then do sea salt soaks 2 or 3 times a day for a good amount of time. These do take a long time to heal, just because the skin has to grow through the foot, and even then there's a good chance that your body won't hang on to them. I'm actually really surprised that I've had mine for as long as I have. So with the band-aids, I did band-aids for 2 or 3 days, and then the skin around the piercings, where the adhesive was sticking on the band-aids, started to get really, really, really nasty, and it was ripping the skin up, and the skin gets super irritated. So I actually stopped doing band-aids earlier than I was told to, just because my skin was freaking out over the constant adhesive. And I was ripping a lot of the little neck hairs, because it was really hard to not get my hair under the band-aid too. So I continued with the sea salt and the glycerin soap until the soap was gone, and it was a good sized bar of soap, and then I continued with the sea salt soaks for I think a good 2 months maybe, and then I kind of just stopped. And overall they've been good. I find that I snag them when I try to put my hair up quite often. It hasn't happened in a really long time, knock on wood, but I did find that was an issue for quite a while, and I seem to always snag the left one, and then the left one would get really irritated for a while, and I'd have to baby it, and every once in a while I feel like they're sticking out, one is sticking out more than the other one, and it'll kind of be a little bit sore, and occasionally there's some crusty stuff around it, but I try to clean that off. go at them with a Q-tip every like 4 or 5 days or once a week or whatever, just to keep that stuff out of there. I like to check to make sure that there's no hair tangled around it, which I haven't really had a big issue with that. I've heard a lot of people say that these have a very high rejection rate and that they don't generally last long between irritating them from getting them snagged on things and whatnot, but mine have actually held up pretty well since I got them done. I did think I was losing one at one point. It was really sore for like a week, and there was like, you know, all kinds of stuff coming out of it, and I just kept cleaning it off, and I tried not to like keep putting pressure on it, because I know one thing, when you feel like they're sticking out, you want to keep pushing them in, like it's gonna help even though it's not. But if it wants to work its way out, I'm just gonna let it. I'm not going to make the problem make it worse by trying to salvage it. Sometimes they're just not savable. Overall, healing process is not bad. I really don't have any issues with them anymore unless I accidentally snag one when I'm putting my hair up, but that doesn't happen really anymore. I've become very conscious of them being back there. I don't have any problems laying on my pillow at night. I don't have any problems putting clothes on. It's another thing I've kind of like made an effort to kind of go wider on the back of my neck when I pull anything over my head now. The only issue with microdermals is if you do ever want them gone and they haven't worked their way out, they do have to be cut out. So that is something to think about if you're thinking about getting them. Is there more of a like permanent piercing? I mean, they're not permanent, but it is going to be, you know, kind of a pain literally to get them taken out if you ever decide you don't want them. So that's one of the reasons I wanted them on the back of my neck. I initially wanted a tattoo there, but then I decided I didn't want anything permanent there, and so I would just get microdermals. I can cover them up with my hair if I want. I can put my hair up if I want them to show. It works out really nicely for me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful to anybody, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.